Greetings, film fans. John Campea here, and woke up today to news that one of the most innovative and creative forces in the history of Hollywood and in the history of filmmaking is saying that he is set and ready to retire. George Lucas, the creative force, the creative mastermind behind film series such as Star Wars, obviously, Indiana Jones films, and of course the new film that's opening up this weekend, Red Tails, says he is calling it quits. Now, this is a quote from George Lucas and what he said. He said, I am retiring. I'm moving away from the business, from the company, from all this kind of stuff. Now, George Lucas's producer, Rick McCallum, who's been working with Lucas for about 20 years and was the producer on the Star Wars prequels, he added into this saying, yes, George Lucas is retiring, but Rick McCallum says the hope is that after some time away, George Lucas will want to come back and maybe start producing what he used to do back in the 60s, which are these small little, what Lucas is calling art house films, little personal projects, things you won't see probably on a big screen near you. For all intents and purposes, George Lucas is saying he's done. He's retiring. Now, let me make a personal observation here on something like this. George Lucas has taken a lot of heat over the past number of years, maybe deservedly, maybe not so deservedly. But on a day like today, that's really irrelevant. As a film fan, I shudder to think about where an entire generation of filmmakers would be if it were not for the Star Wars trilogy, the original Star Wars trilogy, and the influence that that film had on them. I shudder to think about where the world of sound would be without things like THX or Skywalker sound. As a film fan, I shudder to think about where the world of visual effects would be today, were it not for George Lucas, his original Star Wars films, his company, Industrial Light and Magic, which does all the best visual effects in the world. I shudder to think about where digital cinema would be, were it not for George Lucas and his companies pushing digital shooting when he was doing the Star Wars prequels. He's one of the first major filmmakers to really push the idea of digital projectors in theaters, of digital cameras. I don't even know where we would be. I mean, we would have come some distance by now. But if that's all because of what George Lucas and his companies did pushing these things. Yes, he's taken some flack in the past number of years. Maybe deservedly, maybe not so much. But the bottom line is, on a day like today, when a filmmaker like George Lucas says he's retiring, you've got to think about and talk about the contributions that this guy has made to the world of film. I'm a film fan. On a personal story here, I'm a film fan today because of George Lucas. I'm not exaggerating this. My earliest childhood memory is my mom watching Star Wars with me. My very first pet, I'm not making this up, was a cat that I named as a child Luke Skywalker. I had the Star Wars pajamas. I had the Star Wars blankets. Star Wars, more than any other film in history, had more to do with shaping and influencing my love of imagination, my love of creativity, and my love of the movies. And there's an entire generation of film fans and filmmakers who owe that same debt of gratitude to George Lucas. So maybe there's some criticisms to make over on Lucas on how he's handled certain things in the past 10 years or so. Granted, but those discussions can come later. On a day like today, film fans, filmmakers, people involved in the filmmaking industry everywhere should be bending a knee in gratitude to a filmmaker, a creative powerhouse like George Lucas, and just say, George, if you're retiring and if you're done, thank you. Thank you for everything you've done for the world of film. Thank you for everything you've done for the world of cinema. We owe you a debt of gratitude, and filmmaking in the world of Hollywood would not be the same today. It would be a worse place if it wasn't for the influence that you've had. Anyway, folks, that's just my take on things. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget, you can follow us on Facebook at AMC Theaters. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at AMC Movie News, and do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, AMC Theaters. That'll do it for now. Thanks so much for joining me, and until next time, bye-bye.